guys, and welcome to another episode of LiaTalks. Today, I'm going to be talking about Doctor Who, specifically the top 10 characters and or species I'd like to have back on the show. Now, to keep this from being ridiculously long, I'm basically going to assume you already know who or what each character or species is, at least generally, and focus more on why I want them to come back. I'm also going to assume you've seen up to the end of Series 7, aka The Time of the Doctor. Alright, let's do this. Alonzi! Also, by the way, if Char comes popping into the picture, it's because Mommy just got back from a really long day off and the kitten misses me. Come here. Come here, honey bunny. Hi, Char. Ready to hear about Doctor Who? Yeah, he is. Charlemagne Augustus is ready to hear about Doctor Who. Alright, let's do this. Kicking off the list at number 10 is the Flesh, aka the Gangers. Charlemagne, get off of my script. I really love the concept of a supposedly controlled clone becoming independent. Stop biting me. Becoming independent and truly believing themselves to be the original, because that creates a psychological challenge for everyone in the area. So, damn it. Sorry. Haven't done this one yet. This is new. Okay. Gangers can be easily destroyed. The question is, can one really destroy a living, breathing human being with a clean conscience? Obviously, the original Gangers from Series 6 can't make a return, as the people creating them are all dead in one form or another, but I'd really like to see someone cloned in this manner at some other point. Next up, we have Davros, the insane creator of the Daleks. Davros' fate at the end of Journey's End remains unconfirmed. We don't know whether he lived or died, and seeing as 3 Daleks escaped the Crucible and created the new Dalek paradigm in Victory of the Daleks, it's totally feasible that Davros could have survived as well. Like the Gangers, Davros creates a psychological challenge for the Doctor, because as much as the Doctor would like to think that he and Davros aren't similar at all, Davros thinks they are. Continuing along this lovely theme of psychological challenges, at number 8 we have the Silurians. Charlemagne Augustus, quit biting me. Sorry, at number 8 we have the Silurians. I'm not talking about Vastra here. Don't worry, I love Vastra, and I want to see her again, but I am more interested in seeing the vengeful, angry Silurians we saw in the Hungry Earth Cold Blood sequence, who believe that they, and not the human race, should be controlling the Earth. Come to think of it, you know what would be really cool, is if Vastra and those Silurians had an interaction. Because Vastra doesn't seem to have too much open contempt towards humans. I mean, she's married to one. At number 7, we have the Ood. I love these guys. Charlemagne, get off of my script. At number 7, we have the Ood. I just love these guys because the Ood are absolutely no danger unless someone's abusing them. They seem to be the enemies, but they're just the victims. I'm not entirely sure how they could fit into another episode of Doctor Who, but I bet someone could pull it off. Maybe not Moffat, but someone. 6 on the list is Martha Jones. I know her story was technically quitted. I know her story was technically resolved during the end of time, but as far as resolutions go, it really wasn't a good one. Let's Kill Hitler showed that the Doctor still really cared about his earlier companions well into his 11th regeneration. And unlike Donna, who is most definitively out of the picture, and Rose, who is technically out of the picture but could be brought back into the picture because Moffat and his plot holes and the day of the Doctor and the moment, so forth and so on, but isn't going to come back because, come on, she's not. Martha's story is totally, there's an opening there. There's totally an opening there. In fact, I think she should have been brought back already. I really wish she'd been part of the Power of 3 sequence instead of or alongside Kate Stewart. As that episode, I'm sorry, it sucked. It just sucked, and it totally could have used a decent element. Oh, moving on to number 5, River Song. At first, I really couldn't stand River. I found her flat. I saw no chemistry between her and the Doctor. Same goes for Clara. But towards the end, oh my God, Char, get off of my script. I'm trying not to look at it, but it's really hard not to when you're on top of it. And for the love of Gallifrey, mwah, Charlemagne Augustus, quit biting. Quit biting. Sorry, he's 11 weeks old. We're working on the discipline thing. Anyway, back to the script, because I'm scripted. These are scripted. I'm not so talented that I can just come up with this stuff from memory. Script. Okay, back to the script. Moving on to number 5, River Song. I know I've already said this bit already, but you've probably forgotten what I was saying. Quit it. Moving on to number 5, River Song. At first, I really couldn't stand River. I saw no chemistry between her and the Doctor, and I found her a bit flat. Same goes for Clara. But what I realized at the end was that they had a lot of potential, but they were relying far too heavily on their backstories. Sorry, boob close up. They were relying far too heavily on their backstories. And the reason I really liked River in the Name of the Doctor was that her backstory had been resolved, so she could stand alone as a character. And unlike Martha, whose story is open but doesn't really have a clear opening, River has a total clear opening. In the Name of the Doctor, River said very clearly the only goodbye she would accept from the Doctor is one that promised her their paths would cross again. So I'm hoping that would happen. We're getting really, 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 really close to the end here. I'm so excited. At number 4, we have the Slovene. I just love these guys because a lot of the Doctor's foes are physically threatening and some are psychologically challenging, but the Slovene are the only ones that really serve as just major comic relief. We need some of that. Okay, maybe John Sims' portrayal of the Master was comic relief as well, but just frankly, I think that an overweight, farting, green, blobby thing that goes boom when you hit it with a pickle is just a little bit funnier than a sadistic psychopath. Pretty sure if I didn't think that, I'd have major problems. In third place, we have Luke Smith, Mr. Smith, and K9. As you probably know, Elizabeth Sladen, who played most loved companion ever, Sarah Jane Smith, passed away from cancer in 2011, canceling her spin-off, The Sarah Jane Adventures, early, and leaving her son Luke, his sister Skye, their friends Clyde and Ronnie, and of course Mr. Smith and K9, very open. So, it would be nice to come back. There's a lot to do with them. Also, Russell T Davies said that Luke was planned to be gay, so it might be really cool to have a gay kid on the show. Just saying. Speaking of kids, number 2 is Jenny, the Doctor's quote-unquote daughter. I really want her back because her 45 minutes on screen ended very ambiguously with her saying the very iconic phrase, "I've got an awful lot of running to do." By the way, if you haven't heard the song by Chameleon Circuit, you've got to listen to it. It's fantastic, and the music video is super cool. Sorry, tangent. So, she had an awful lot of running to do. It would be really nice if she went back running to her dad. In Journey's End, the Doctor felt clear guilt over her quote-unquote death. So it would be nice for her to come back. One more burden off of his mind. Besides, I like Jenny. I liked her intelligence. I liked her wit. And the envelope, please. In first place, the number 1 character I want to have back on Doctor Who is, and if you know me, you know the answer already. Ready? Drum roll, please. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I hope I was just able to make a drum roll sound in there, because that would have been really cool. Sorry. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Captain Jack Harkness! Ta-da! Jack is one of my favorite fictional characters in the Whoniverse, as well as one of my favorite fictional characters ever, and that's not just because he's ridiculously hot, although he is. It's no secret that Jack... Sorry, I've got to look at my script for this one, because I haven't memorized this bit. Okay, so I'm going to be looking down a bit. Sorry. Yeah, it's no secret that Jack wants to see the Doctor again, especially after the loss of his team in Series 2 and 3 of Torchwood. Spoiler alert for Torchwood. Don't get attached to anyone, because everybody dies. Anyway, everyone dies, and Jack's lonely, and I think the feeling's mutual. And even though it's established that Jack will see the Doctor again as the face of Bo in 5 billion years, I don't know about you, but I think that's just a little too long for the poor guy to wait. Oh, side note, if they could fit this still alive, awesome Gwen Cooper into that reunion as well, I'd be super happy. But everyone hates Gwen, so, except for me, and, the Lone Chippers. So, it would be cool, but it's probably not going to happen. And that's the end of Leah's top 10 list for characters to come back to Doctor Who. Make sure to subscribe for more videos, find me on DeviantArt and fanfiction.net, and check out What the Fluff Project. Also, cool new project that's really cool. I have this new thing going on called OFELIA Sent Me. It's basically a pay-it-forward promotional program where there's this list of people, this list of writers, where if you review something that one of these writers wrote, and you can find the list on my profile, but I'll give their names here and put their links in the description. If you review something written by them and include the words OFELIA Sent Me, you get put on the list as well. It's like a pay it forward. So, on the list right now, currently, and I think I'll get everyone, but if not, I will have them all in the doobly-doo. Number 1, Rachel, otherwise known as X-Rachel, X-Brownie X. She is my first lone shipper, and I love her dearly. Next up, Mary, professional procrastinator. She really is a professional procrastinator. She waits until 1 in the morning to text me ideas for stories. Love her anyway. We've got Serafina, a.k.a. the Mad Traveler. In the words of Lizzie Bennett, she's nuts, but we love her. True words, Lizzie Bennett, true words. By the way, when I say Lizzie Bennett, I mean the Lizzie Bennett Diaries. Awesome. Who else we got? We have Emma Chu, a.k.a. Emma Birdie. She's awesome and very, very manly. Next up, we have Ben, a.k.a. Ichi Ben. Apparently it's some pun on the number 1 in Japanese or something. If it is, that's great, because he is one of my number 1 guy friends. Yeah! Hold on, how many is that? Oh, right! Sorry. Another person on the list is Ellie, a.k.a. Love in Every Moment. I love her stories in every moment. Sorry, these puns are really bad. And then our final 2, Cassie, aka Ice Cream Dancer, and Kyra, aka Vampire Kyra. I don't know too much about them yet because they're new, but I will find out more stuff about them and say something awesome about them later. Okay, that's everyone in OFELIA sent me. So yeah, you'll find all their links in the doobly-doo. And if you review their things with the phrase OFELIA sent me, you will get to be put on the list. If you don't have a fanfiction.net account, I am probably going to expand it to Archive of Our Own and Wattpad as well, but I'm going to have to talk to someone who knows the mechanics of those sites a bit better before I do that. For now, it's just going to be on fanfiction.net, but that might expand soon. Anyway, so yeah, check out What the Fluff, check out me, check out, oh god, that sounded bad. Check out my fanfiction, check out OFELIA sent me, all that stuff. And, of course, love and ducks to lone shippers, hugs to supporters, thanks to Eleonora, Noe, Hanul, and Kizzy. Shoutouts to my chosen sisters, and cookies for all. Bye, guys! Hold on. Charlemagne, baby, come here! Oh, sorry, boob close-up again. Okay. Charlemagne Augustus! Say goodbye! Say goodbye, Char!